So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. This is your African auntie in Diaspora, greeting you warmly. It's such a long time. I promised to talk about the topic puberty or adolescence. Today, I want to fulfill this promise. I will not really go too deep into the topic, but I will try to just define or simply explain what is puberty and what happens during that period. When we just ask the question, what is puberty or adolescence? But first, before I go on, I must tell you that it's almost midnight and I'm a little bit had a long day, so bear it with me. What is puberty or adolescence? Yeah, so puberty is the time when changes in growth are taking place. So when we talk of growth, we're just talking of growing. So I would like to divide, or I want to divide this what happens in the puberty or adolescence into two parts. What happens when the boys are in puberty, and what happens when the women are in puberty, or the girls. At this stage with boys, the pubic hair appears, and the facial hair, which we can or which we know as beards, also appears. There is also the deepening of the voice, and also we know that there are also psychological changes which takes place, which people don't talk about the psychological changes a lot, but more of what we see. And with boys also, there is a maturity of sperms, or the boys get fertile. So all the boys are fertile at this period of the puberty. So what happens to the girls, or we say the female puberty or the female adolescence? So at this point, I just have to check on my notes. The female changes or the girl's puberty is accompanied with breast development. The breast, we see the breast growing, and the pubic hair appears also, just like boys. And then there is an increase of hip width, which means the hips, they get bigger and wider. There is also one thing which takes place with girls. The ovulation takes place. What does it mean actually? When we talk of ovulation, we are talking about the eggs are released from one of the ovaries, and then period follows after some weeks. So I think it's 2 weeks or 3 weeks, 2 weeks, I think 2 weeks. But that one you can also research and read it more, because it's a very wide topic. This time it means that the woman or the girl is fertile also. There is a mother who put a question across, and I will put this question also across to you. Maybe you have an answer, maybe you can discuss it. Can you do, or can you do parenting during adolescence or puberty? I did not want to answer her, but She insisted that I have to answer her, and I did it, but it doesn't mean that my answer is the correct one. It's the way I think and the way I believe from my experience with children who are in adolescence or puberty. My answer would be no. In puberty or adolescence, you cannot do parenting, but all that you need is to build a strong relationship with these young boys and girls. A strong relationship and strong trust. That is my experience with them. Because you're talking about someone who asks questions and expect answers from you. And also we are talking about someone who challenges you and want to be taken serious. So another aspect is that you're talking to someone, although young, but can also challenge you and know certain things better than you do, or better than you think you know. So but I will dwell on that when we dwell on challenges and strategies on how to go about this period. I would love if you can answer this question in the comment section. So just to sum up, what happens in puberty is the transition from childhood into adulthood, and there is physical and psychological changes which takes place. And of course, at this time, many young boys and girls, they have the difficulty in being children and being adults. Sometimes they want to be children, sometimes they want to be adults, and parents have to be really sensitive to this. Yeah.